I'm Marie-Lise from OO Deco. I will show you how to sew nesting baskets. They come in 3 different sizes, small, medium and large. They are reversible and have a nice flower shape. Let's start sewing these cute baskets. You first need to print and assemble the pattern, then cut it out following the lines. Here is the medium-sized basket we will sew together. To make the basket, you will need one fabric from the inside and another fabric for the outside. Choose the color and the pattern fabric you like. The fabric needs to be thick enough so the basket will hold nicely. To do so, we will also add interfacing on the back on each fabric. Turn the fabric so you have the wrong side up. Place fusible interfacing on the back and press, and you do it obviously on the both fabric pieces you have. Fabrics have interfacing on the back, and now we are ready to start sewing the basket. Take the fabric you want to use for the outside of your basket and press a little, open the fabric again and cut it following the fold. Place the 2 rectangles on top of each other, right side in, align the edges, pin both layers together. Mark a distance of 3 inches on the edge center. You have to sew following the edge and you leave a gap between the 3 inches mark. Don't sew here in the center. You will need this in-sew gap to turn the basket right side out. Make the first part of the seam and stop at the mark. Leave the 3 inches unsewn and then follow the seam after the mark. Remove the pins and yes, you can see that I have a little gap here in the center. Press to open the seam to have a nice and flat finish. This is how the outside fabric for the basket looks like now, right side up. Turn it wrong side up and take the pattern and report the pattern shape on the fabric. The basket will look nicer if you line it with the seam. So align 2 inside corners on the seam and draw the pattern on the back of your fabric. Take the fabric from the inside of the basket, lay the inside fabric on your table, right side facing up, then place the outside fabric on top of it, wrong side facing up. So you can see right side of the fabric are inside facing each other, and pin both layers together. Now you have to sew but only the rounded part of the pattern. Once the 6 rounded lines are sewn, remove the pins. Let me show you the back so you can see the seams better. Now we will trim the fabric. You can cut it at half inches of the seam, which is 1 centimeter. You can see that where there is no seam, I just cut a straight line. So this is how the shape must look like at this point. We already drawn the pattern on this side of the fabric, so we will flip it over and place the pattern on the back of the basket. Please align the rounded line of the pattern with the rounded seams you already made. And now what you have to do is draw the line in between the rounded lines. And ready, you have your pattern on this side also. And now we have to give the basket its shape. Fold the fabric and try to line both lines of the triangle shape, so you can see that it make a pleat, and you will have to sew it following the line. So place a few pins to hold the fabric. Be very careful to only pin one layer of fabric. So now we just are working with the outside fabric. You don't have to pin or to sew the inside fabric. Make a seam following the line. Remove the pins, and this is how it looks like on one side. You can see the seam, and you can see that I didn't stitch the other side. And now you have to repeat the same to sew the other pleat. On this side you have to sew 6 pleats. This is how the basket must look like now with the 6 pleat you made. And just turn the fabric over and take the inside fabric, and you will just repeat the same process. So pin the pleat and sew along the lines. You also have to sew 6 pleats on this side. Now that all the pleats are made, you have to cut the extra fabric. Cut along the seam at half inches, 1 centimeter of it. And then you have to cut notches all along the rounded edges. So when you turn your fabric basket right side out, the shape will be nice. Time to turn the basket right side out. Pass the fabric through the gap. Insist a little on pushing the fabric on the edges so the basket will have the nice flower shape. and press the fabric, insisting on the edges to give it a nice finish. So I just press the fabric so you can see how nicer it looks. And the last thing you have to do is to close the gap you have on the bottom. So just take a matching thread and close it with a few end stitches. And done! You have a nice flower-shaped basket. The basket is reversible and I hope you will enjoy it. The sewing tutorial is exactly the same to make the small and the large basket. So this is the medium size basket. Here goes the small basket. And then the large one. It's very important to use thick fabric to make this basket. If the fabric you want to use is thin, or if you want a stronger basket, I will give you a tip hereafter. So instead of using interfacing on the back of the fabric, you can use batting. Just cut a square of batting, spray glue on it, and then place the fabric on top of it. Let dry and then you can use it, and just follow the instruction as previously to sew your basket. This large basket was made with interfacing on the back of each fabric. This second basket was made with one fabric with interfacing on the back and the second fabric with baiting on the back. So you can see the difference and choose what will fit better, the basket size you want to make, and also what will work better with the fabric you choose to make your basket with. I hope you enjoy sewing this basket with me. Follow for more DIY and sewing tutorials.